The biggest variation with my project was we tested different zinc catalysts to see which one worked best. So while I never really had like a straight up failure, thankfully, there are some of the reactions just produced results that were just really kind of hazy and not clear. So we would change the catalyst or change the amount of the chemical acetyl chloride that I was using. And so we do different variations like that, and just to see which produced the cleanest results and give us the compound we were looking for. So kind of like see this one worked good, let's move in this direction, or this one didn't, let's try something else.
Okay. Other questions? Any follow-ups on this? And also, whenever we have quote-unquote failures, that's actually a time to get excited. That's the moment for innovation to take place. When a reaction, and that happened in a number of cases where we would be following a procedure from the chemical literature, the scientific literature, okay? And it did not work, all right? There's a lot of stuff that's published in the scientific literature that does not work, okay? So that's one of the things. And then it doesn't work, so what do? You still want to accomplish the project. You have to start thinking about what can I change, what variables in the reaction. And there are simple things. Temperature, the solvent, length of time, those are the sort of things. And so students start to have to think critically about, this is a problem, how can I solve it? And the point of quote-unquote failure is really a point when you get excited and say, well, this is an opportunity for us to create something new, do something different, innovate. That's what failure leads to.
I have a question for the students. The process of research allows you to think critically. How have you used some of those skills, those critical thinking skills, outside of the lab?
Well, critical thinking is always important, and you can apply that to just about any classes that you're in, and from high school to college and into your workplace. So you can apply that. You can learn how to research effectively and present your information, and there's nothing wrong with learning how to do things right.
Me, specifically, kind of following off of that, I work with the band a lot as a drum major, and so we're faced with problems in leadership, as I'm sure all of you know, all the time. And it may not, science may not specifically deal with leadership, but you have different variables that you have to manipulate in order to get the best result. So these skills of learning to think critically and solve problems have been useful, like in band or other positions in which I have to figure out, well, what I'm trying at the moment is not working. Let's try a different approach. How best to motivate people to play good music and stuff like that.
Good. Can any of the girls answer that question?
You and I we were talking in the last session about patience and how it kind of develops very much in this class. And a big part of it is that in any other high school class, if you study, if you work hard, if you do everything right, then you'll get an A. You'll pass the test, if you will. Whereas in chemistry, you can follow the procedures spot on and still fail the test. And so it really develops a lot of character in accepting that these, it's not always going to work. Sometimes you have to change it. Sometimes it's not your fault. It just happened to, it didn't work out the way you thought it would. And it definitely, creates a lot of patience, which isn't just something that comes in, in our regular high school, but, something that will come in for the rest of your life, something that other people will admire, hopefully, and you'll be able to be a very patient person by the end of this project.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you.